Hello, everyone. Please welcome my special guest, Brianne's Fish Fam, and her father, Dave. Thank
Hi,
all of you
everyone.
for joining us. Thank you guys for joining us, too. This is really exciting.
Yeah.
Just trying to go through the chat here. If
Wow,
you
he
guys
ended
have
that
any
quick.
questions,
Yeah. There you go.
I'm trying to get the stream up on my phone.
oh, okay.
There it is.
There we go. Okay,
Perfect.
gotcha. What am I doing here? Oh, there we go. Okay. I had to fix my sound. I had YouTube and StreamYard going, and I was hearing things double.
Oh,
Okay. You guys know how this works. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, tag myself, and we will ask them. Again, trying to. Oh my goodness. Okay. I was not prepared. Okay. So I guess while we're waiting on questions, Bree, do you have anything new and exciting going on?
I don't know.
The Corey cats.
The Cory cats. I've been getting a bunch of Cory cats lately, and my black Venezuelans are there's so a good ratio for Cory cats is 2 males to 1 female, and I got a group of 6 black Cory cats, and now there's 2 females to 4 males, so I'm gonna try and breed them soon. But that's pretty much the only new thing so far. Yeah.
That's pretty cool, though. Corys are so much fun.
They are.
Don't worry, Michael. We haven't forgot about you if they breed.
Oh, here we go. Miss Patty wants to know how the school play was.
It was fun. The only thing that didn't go as well as planned was so there's 3 people that die, and 2 of those deaths require a cap gun, and one of those times the cap gun didn't have any caps in it, so it didn't sound as good, but it went good for the most part.
I thought it was interesting.
I remember you talking about it. Didn't you say you had to play somebody that died and then like a detective?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of costume changes.
Yep.
I can imagine. That's pretty
Each
cool.
person had 2. Well, most of the people had 2 roles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Yeah. There's one person that just kept forgetting his cues, so then we had to improv a bunch.
Well, I guess you're learning young to work really well on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
Another one from Patty. What is the next fish acquisition?
What does that mean?
What are you getting next?
Oh, what am I getting next? So, something.
What fish are you getting next?
Okay, what fish am I getting next? I definitely think it's gonna be either Corridor Equis or Corridor Concolor. Will be my next fish that I'm gonna get.
Okay.
I wish I could say it was an Oscar, but we don't have any room for an Oscar.
They get big really fast.
Yeah. One day we'll have one. Don't worry. Plan for the future.
Fish Kid wants to know what your favorite school subject is. Or do you have?
I don't know. Is Spanish a subject?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
I guess Spanish. I would say lunch, but that's not technically a subject, so Spanish would be my favorite.
I really expected lunch coming out of her mouth. That's why I was
Well, I mean, you were a little too old to say recess because I would have expected recess too.
Oh, I never liked recess.
Really?
I didn't like recess.
That was always my favorite.
Hold on.
It happens.
There we go. Got it.
Another question for you. Do you have smudge spot quarries?
Not yet. I was looking into them on this website, and then they went out of stock, and then I got upset. But I'm definitely gonna get them one day. One day I'm just gonna have every single Cory cat. But no, not yet. I don't have smudge spot Corys.
I think I'm going to have to Google those. They sound interesting.
They are. They're so cool.
Big one coming in from Eduardo. It's several questions. He wants to know, why are you so much into aquatic life, and who is your favorite YouTuber, fish fam or not?
Why am I so much into aquatic life? I don't know, honestly. Like, help me out here. You have an answer for everything. I don't know. I think just like living things in general are pretty cool. So, some living thing that I can keep a lot of is cool, I guess. I don't really have a good answer for that. It's a good question, but like cats and dogs, it's kind of hard to have hundreds of them. But with fish, it's not that hard to have hundreds of them. So it's easier to have a bunch of small living things, I guess. That's my best answer for that question.
Okay,
And
so
then-
the second part then, your favorite YouTuber.
So my favorite YouTuber, it's either gotta be like KG Tropicals or Fanatic. And Fanatic is like half and half of fish YouTuber and whatnot. He has fish, but he just does a bunch of dumb stuff on his channel, so
Those
yeah.
are always fun. Sandy says she expected you to say band.
Oh yes. I was thinking I couldn't even think that far into my school day. But yeah, I take that back. Band is definitely my favorite.
We actually went down
Besides
to
lunch.
we went down the road and met DeFries. I don't know if you know him from YouTube. He's DeFries Aquatics, and we met him, dropped him off some stuff, and went to the music store to find her a saxophone,
Tenor saxophone.
tenor saxophone.
Is that what you already play, or do you play something different?
I play B flat clarinet. I have two of them because my sister played clarinet and I played clarinet, but she quit, so now I have two of them. But I want to join jazz band, and for my school, they have a really, really small 5-person jazz band, and I can't join jazz band playing a clarinet, so I'm looking into. I can play tenor, alto saxophone, but he suggested tenor saxophone, so I'm looking for a tenor saxophone.
Oh, that's really cool. I was in band. I played flute. Loved it.
Yeah, my mother's got a flute. She just doesn't play it. I want to try and learn it. So that if I learn flute, then I technically would know how to play clarinet, guitar, and flute, and then soon saxophone.
Yeah. I mean, I had a friend that played clarinet in middle school when I was in band, and going from flute to clarinet is pretty easy, so you should be good.
Yeah.
I think Em said the Corys are in stock at Aquatic Arts.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'll look.
Eduardo would like to know what it is about cory cats that interests you so most. Interests you the most. Sorry.
Um, I think because if you think about a guppy that like can die, like some of them are hardy, but some of them like die really quickly, and they like stay swimming and they like swim all the time. But cory cats, I think they're just so cool because one, they're really cute. Two, they sit at the bottom, and three, most of them are like really really hardy. So unless you buy already sick ones, then they're not that hardy.
Right.
What?
All good points. Ricky would like to know your dream fish or tank.
An Oscar would be my dream fish, or an Asian arowana, but they're illegal, I think. But I would say an Oscar is probably my dream fish.
Do you have a dream tank, or is that part of your dream fish? Like it would be Oscar tanks.
Yeah, probably an Oscar tank, or like a really really big cory cat tank.
That would
That'd
be
be-
really cool.
Yeah.
Another one from Fish Kid. He wants to know your favorite TikToker.
Yeah, the second part of that is true. Instead of actually getting ready for my live stream, I watch TikTok. I don't know. I just watch like random I just watch like random TikToks, so I don't watch like a one singular TikToker. I just watch a bunch of random TikToks. So a bunch of them are either about like instruments or like trucks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I usually do like the For You, and I end up in a rabbit hole of just watching all of those.
Yes, me too.
So bad.
Aw, thanks, Matt. He
I'm
said, sounds
probably behind in chat. Beck's Fish Room. Which species of cory is your favorite?
Currently my favorite is the Corridor schultzi, or black schultzi, also known as black Venezuelans. I have a group of 6 downstairs, and I'm trying to breed them right now, but they're like this. So the ones that I got are like a really, really good quality, and they're like all black, so you can't see like their eyes or anything. It's just like this black figure shaped as a cory cat.
Nice. Another one from Eduardo. He's just pushing them right out. He wants to know what you might study in the future.
Probably marine biology or something.
Something with fish is always good.
Yep.
Well, I'd have to say Merdule knows because he said
Mariddle.
Meriddle. Sorry.
Tenor's gonna be a better choice compared to alto because they're in the same key.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading things.
No, you're fine because my chat keeps jumping over here, so I'm having a hard time keeping up.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
It's the worst. Ooh, Eduardo wants to know your top 5 fish.
Discus, Cordoras, guppies. Jeez, this is hard because I don't keep that many different species of fish. Probably goodeids and clownfish. No, wait, no. Clown gobies.
Oh, those are all interesting.
Yeah. Picking my top 5 seems to be harder than picking my favorite.
Yeah, I agree. Jeremy would like to know your favorite fish to breed.
Probably my peppered koi cats were my favorite fish that has been my favorite fish to breed, because I think that was the first like egg laying fish that I spawned, and I was just excited to see koi cat eggs. And I always get excited when my koi cats spawned. Earlier today, I went down to clean some of my koi cat tanks, and my peppered koi cats were spawning down there. I just got excited. So, peppered koi cats would be my answer.
That's a good answer.
Koi cats is the answer to everything.
Absolutely. Beck's Fish Room wants to know your proudest moment in your fish keeping career.
I don't know. Give me some ideas. Think of things. I don't know what my proudest moment has been. Can you give me some ideas? You're here for a reason.
It's your proudest moment.
But give me ideas of what my proudest moment might be. You're here for a reason, you know? I don't know. My discus laid eggs one time. They didn't hatch, but they laid eggs one time. I guess that could be my proudest moment.
Okay.
It's probably not the answer Bex was looking for, but
That's a good answer. It works.
there's a spider.
Another one. Are you into plecos at all?
Yes, we have some bristlenose plecos. But we saw, I think it's like L181 or 183, the Starlight plecos. And we thought those were cool, but right now we have bristlenose plecos.
Bristlenose are so fun, and they're so little.
We have 34 albinos.
Albino bristlenose babies right now.
Oh my.
Yep.
Well, they just were born.
Yeah, they were literally just born.
Oh goodness.
We're waiting on some chocolates to grow up, and then we got the super reds, but they're babies.
Oh yeah, forgot about those.
Are those something that might become available like on your website for people to buy later on once they're big enough?
The plecos?
Yes.
Yep. The plecos
Probably, yeah.
and the cories.
And the koi cats and stuff. But yeah, the plecos will definitely be available on our site once they're big enough. Pretty much everything will. Because most of the stuff, well, some of the stuff we have, or we have a bunch of, our LFS already has. So we don't really like go and drop off fish at the LFS. So we mainly sell online and at fish swaps. So pretty much everything that we spawn will be online.
And we're going to a show in the spring.
Potentially 4 of them.
Yeah, but we're definitely doing one in the spring to sell some stuff.
Okay. I like that idea. You'll have to keep us posted on that.
Yep.
And Wardo, another one for you. He wants to know where in the world you would like to visit and why.
Maybe Peru, because there's a bunch of cool fish there. I feel like there's some koi cats that live in Peru. There probably is. So, I want to go to Peru. Or Louisiana. Louisiana would be cool too.
Yeah, either one would be fun. Jeremy would like to know the most challenging fish to keep for you.
I guess my most challenging is like discus.
Any specific reason why they're challenging?
No, not really. I don't really keep a whole lot of challenging fish right now. But like discus, I guess most people think they're hard to keep, but they really aren't.
It's the constant water changes and maintenance and stuff. I think that's the biggest
Yeah, that's the really only
challenge to them.
Yeah, that's the really only challenge.
Okay, I mean, but when you have a lot of tanks, and I know you guys do, we definitely do, the water changes don't scare me, so
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Beck's Fish Room, if you weren't keeping and breeding fish, what would you be doing for a main hobby?
Watching TikTok, does that count?
Absolutely.
I bet it would be music.
What do you mean? Oh, like instruments and stuff?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If I wasn't keeping fish, my main hobby would probably be like music, as in like instruments, and yeah, basically just music.
Okay.
But right now it's like fish keeping is my main hobby, and I do instruments. I play instruments as like my second hobby, pretty much.
Dave, we have one for you. Eduardo wants to know your top 3 reasons for supporting your children in the YouTube world.
So they'll shut up.
Because if I don't support them, I don't get ice cream. And I like ice cream. So that's pretty much the biggest reason. Because I don't care.
And you love me.
I don't care what they want to do. They can do whatever they want. Just do it. Do it right and do it good.
And shut up.
And I'll back you up. You do it half-assed, I ain't with you.
All right. So shut up and give me ice cream. I like that answer.
Yeah, that's the main reason, ice cream.
Ice cream. Ice cream's
I like
the motivation.
Pet Exotics, where do you see your fish business 5 years from now?
Hopefully out of the basement.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I hope it expands to the point where we're like, oh darn it, I forgot what I was gonna say. You need the answer. Here, you answer the question.
I don't know. We have quite a few pet stores around here, but the fish sections are small. Unless you go to a Petco or PetSmart, but I got to be honest, the one is every time you go in there, the fish don't look good.
And half of them are dead.
Our really local mom and pop fish stores, I mean, that's a nice place. I would like to see them go on to this and do something like a storefront. And maybe it'll grow in that, maybe it won't. Maybe in 5 years she loses interest. Who knows? But I would like to see them move on to something like that.
Absolutely. That would be really cool.
Bree, this is about you and what you think, see why, etc.
That's got to be Matt.
It is.
What do you say? Dave get building?
Dave, give it. Yep.
Okay. I feel like they already want me to build a woodshed and move the wood outside to expand the fish room over
No,
to
make
the
a
wood
second
side.
one. Make a second fish room.
Make a second fish room.
Make a second fish room. The wood room's so much bigger. It would make such a big fish room.
It is.
Fish Kid says, apart from your Get Gills, where or who do you sell your fish to?
Apart from our Get Gills, I don't really sell to like specific people. It's really like we sell at fish swaps. We've sold to our LFS once, and like I guess if this counts, like I also, if people email me, that's a way that I sell fish. But we don't sell, like Get Gills is like our main store, I guess. So.
And we know some people through YouTube that we trade.
Yeah.
With.
That's always helpful too.
Yeah.
Ben Backstrom wants to know if you have any friends from school who are into fish.
I know some people, but they're not my friends.
Okay.
So that still counts. My sister's teacher, I think it's her science teacher, has 2 fish tanks at school, and like another science teacher at school has fish, but those wouldn't be considered my friends. And then there's like 2 or 3 kids that I know that have fish tanks, and then there's like a couple people that are fish abusers. One person has like a common pleco, but they don't like feed it at all, which is sad. I wish I could take it, but then I'd get yelled at when I come home with a pleco.
See, John McKenzie gets it. Ice cream shop and fish store.
Exactly.
Perfect. It's like a laundromat and a bar.
It's
put
a
those 2
one-stop
things together.
shop.
Huh? Yeah. If you put those 2 things together, it's perfect.
Absolutely. I like that idea.
Yeah.
That's what you should do with your website in the next 5 years. Make it an ice cream shop and a fish store.
Yes.
The ice cream shop's going to lose money. I guarantee it.
Eduardo, I think this may have kind of been talked about earlier, but your biggest passion about the aquatic life. What really drives you to keep fish, I guess?
I guess like kind of how easy it is, because not like they're not super high maintenance. Say like a dog that has to like go out, like our dog wants to go out for a walk like every hour, but like they're kind of easier. It's something that drives my passion, and like the colors on the fish, I guess. That was a really bad answer.
No, it's an answer. It counts.
I like making the little fish.
No, you don't. You want your little fish to get eaten.
Well, certain ones, yeah. I like when they have the babies and they get bigger. I like watching them. It's like corals for me. I like putting corals in the salt tank and watching them grow.
Yeah, that's definitely fun.
Yes, unlike you.
My tank at work, actually, some of my Stephen PWs had some babies, and I've been watching them grow over the last week, and it's just so much fun to watch them get bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Eduardo, he's just popping out these questions. Favorite color of fish and best food. Also, largest tank size you want.
So my favorite color of fish is probably red. We have some like discus that are red, and there's some, I guess you could say one of the African cichlids is red, and one of our clownfish is red. So I really like that as my favorite color of fish. Best food, I really like Dr. Basilier. That's like the best food, I guess, other than our live foods. And largest tank size I want, pretty much the biggest it can go. I mean, like, if space wasn't like an aspect, like I would have an ocean as a tank.
So we'll rubber paint the wall of the basement, flood it, and then we can just walk down the stairs right into the pool.
And be koi. We can put koi in there.
I love that idea.
Such a good idea. Then when it rains a bunch and like the basement floods, then it just like, simulates the rain season.
Yeah. Matt says taking his fish out to potty is a hassle.
I know. I agree with
understand.
that.
Yeah.
And Matt's pretty lazy, so I don't know how he completes all of that.
How does he manage that? I don't know. Beck's Fish Room, with it being the holidays, what is your favorite holiday treat?
Holiday treat.
Cookie,
Um,
cake, dessert.
I don't know, because I feel like every single holiday, like around the Christmas time when my older brother and sister come over, we always have buffalo chicken dip, which isn't technically a holiday treat, but it's something that we have during the holidays.
Right.
Yeah. But if it's like your general holiday treat, then ice cream isn't a bad holiday treat.
Ice cream is just the answer to everything.
It
It
is.
is.
I'm telling you, if we opened up an ice cream store, we would lose money in a minute.
Yes.
Beck's Fish Room again. Team Snail or no?
Yes. Yes, Team Snail. You keep scrolling, Pat. Never mind. I don't care. It's fine. It's fine. Scroll down a little bit more. We're past that.
I know where the bottom is.
You don't have to go to the bottom.
Unless
I'm
I'm
noticing
missing
an ice
questions,
cream.
I'm not seeing any more.
I don't see any more questions right now.
I don't either. Do you have a favorite snail since you are Team Snail?
Probably a jade mystery snail.
Ooh, I like that.
Or a Malaysian trumpet snail. I like those.
Those are fun too. The tank behind me that you can only see part of a corner of is completely taken over by snails. It's really bad.
Awesome.
Stephen P. I used to work at Baskin Robbins. Used to being the key there. What happened there, Mr. P?
Carol Baskin.
Ooh, what is the giant snail you have?
The one in the basement is a Darkfoot jade mystery snail, I think.
That was an apple snail.
I've done the same thing.
I don't think so.
It's okay.
I know they call them something.
Eduardo said he prepared these questions ahead of time. Are you grateful that Sandy, Dave, and Olivia support your aquatic hobby?
Yes. Yes, I'm very grateful that they support me. I'm grateful that my mother and my sister support me. And then my father picks on me a lot. But that's like a sign of love, I guess.
That's what parents do. You'll get it eventually. It's our job to annoy you and pick on you, and that's the way we show love.
Yeah, sometimes it's the other way around.
Rico stand.
Okay, Rico. That's really funny. If a train left Chicago at 6 p.m. traveling at 34 miles an hour and another one left Syracuse at 7 p.m. traveling 56 miles an hour, would F you Dave still be an appropriate response for just about everything?
Yes.
The answer is yes. Stephen P. would like to know, where is Olivia's new goldfish tank going to be set up?
I'm going to take her bed away. And then I'm going to have the comfy bed because I sleep on a piece of concrete, pretty much. I'm not kidding. We got this bed from, it was my uncle or something. Like, yeah, Uncle Timmy and Aunt Donna. You don't know who that is, but they came over and they had these mattresses and box springs, and I got a new mattress and box spring, and holy cow, I miss my old one because my sister's got the old ones. She doesn't have my old ones because we had the same ones, so I know what my old ones would be like. And her bed's so comfy, and their bed's like super comfy, and then my bed's like
A rock.
it's like sitting on a wood chair, I swear. So I'll take her bed, and that's where her new goldfish tank will be. Don't worry.
Seems fair.
Yes, very.
Eduardo, how did your interest in worm growing come to life?
So I think worms are really cool because whenever we would do like gardening things, like either weeding the garden inside the house or the one that was in the middle of the yard or the one that's at camp, there would always be these worms, and I would like pick them up, and I thought they were so cute. So when my mother got into pea puffers, I did some research and found that they liked black worms. So I set up a black worm culture. And then I wanted to get worms for my discus. So I was looking on Simply Betta's website, and I wanted to have 2 cultures of worms. Well, I want to have 3 cultures of worms in addition to my black worm culture. So I got microworms and grindle worms. And grindle worms are like too small to feed to my discus. And I don't even know why I got microworms, and I'm kind of happy that we have the tanks that we do now, because if I still had microworms and the amount of tanks that I had when I bought the microworms, I would have no use for them. But I thought that they were like super, super easy, and like I had a microworm culture sitting in my room for 2 weeks, and I didn't see any worms, and I got upset, and then like the worms came to life. And then I got like super happy, and then I just wanted like every single worm. And then I found like a good use to them. And now I just have a bunch of them because I think that they're cool, and they're really good for your fish, and they're a very cheap, infinite source of food.
I like that idea. You actually got my daughter interested in wanting to start her own worm culture for her axolotls, which freaks me out because the thought is just really gross. But she wants to do it, so we're going to try it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It just seems really gross. Like, from everything I've read, you put them in a tub, and I don't know, it's just gross. Freaks me
Yeah,
out.
but which ones? The black worms or the grindle worms?
I don't know. Just, I've seen other people raising these worms, I guess, and I see that they're raised in tubs and you're supposed to feed them dog food or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, those are probably, that was probably white worms.
Ah, okay.
Don't you guys feed the black? Doesn't your mother feed the black worms to the
We
axolotls?
feed black worms, and I think she feeds white worms to the axolotls, because I know that white worms are big enough for the axolotls too.
We're definitely going to look into it more, but it scares me a little bit.
It's not bad. I don't know. There's some stuff it's like, I don't think so. But some of them stink, but
I can't have dubia roaches.
it's not like they crawl out of the containers and are all over the place. We've never found them outside the container.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little more comforting than I guess.
Right.
Yeah, it's really hard for them to get out of the container. And if they did, they're just little worms that die quickly.
Good. Okay. Beck's fish room. Has there ever been a moment where you thought about quitting the hobby, and why?
When I lost an entire tank of these like pretty Moscow guppies, I was upset. So I just, oh my god, I found my lunch cart. Anyways, I thought about quitting the hobby after I lost that tank of fish, but I don't know. Nothing really got me through it. It just that, like, I had a spare tank of the guppies. So I was like, they're guppies. Like, I can get more. The lunch lady in the lunchroom has been nagging me because I forgot my lunch card the past couple days, and I just found it in my pocket. So that's pretty cool.
Well, at least you found it.
She's like, can you bring your lunch card? Because I have to spell out my name for her to put my name into the system because she can't spell feral.
No, I'm not using ice cream or worms for ice cream topping.
Oh, okay. John, ew. Who wants worms with ice cream?
That's kind of...
Pretty gross.
2 hours. I accidentally drank the tire full.
Okay, so apparently Metalhead accidentally drained our pool. So now he has to go and fill that back up.
Oh.
Oops.
That's not good.
No.
Nobody died. Everybody's fine.
Okay, nobody died, but we just have to fill the pool back up, and that's 600 gallons.
Readjusting the filter and
Oops.
Can you guys get the fire company to do that for you?
No, they don't actually do that in our area anymore.
Oh,
Wow.
Plus,
I know
it's
we have-
inside and the basement, and it's a whole thing.
we have pool supply places, but the fire company would do it for a donation.
Yeah, they used to do that here, but they stopped for some reason. I don't remember the technicalities. I just remember they don't do it anymore.
Oh.
I think this is a joke from Geek Boy because he purposely spelled your last name wrong. Still pretty funny.
Yeah. So funny, Geek Boy.
Gotta have jokes, I guess. All right, guys, keep these questions coming. We were doing good for a minute here. J-Rock says his 300-gallon pond froze and pumped all the water out over the ice. Ooh,
Oh,
Oh, wow.
that doesn't sound like fun.
no, not at all. Fantastic Freaks, hello, welcome. For anybody that's come in and I didn't notice, I apologize. We kind of got right into things because we came in a little late. But thank you for being here. And if you have a question for Bree or Dave, feel free to put it in the chat.
So hopefully next year will be interesting. We're gonna do that boat pond.
It's not going to work out well.
I think it's
Oh,
gonna
no.
work out wonderful.
It will.
Yeah, I think our next step is an outdoor pond. And that's going to be kind of scary.
I'm going to put... Never mind. I'm going to put your whole body into the pond and then fill it up.
Okay. It'll be summertime. I don't care.
Can we put... We should put... Wait, we have to put the 2 koi in the pond.
Mhm.
You know why?
No.
You don't know why? Do you know there's birds that eat the koi?
Yeah, but we're gonna have a net
Paul
open.
Cafaro had got a bunch of these expensive koi from Next Day Koi, and there was this bird. What is it, like a blue? I want to say it's a blue hurricane, but it's not. It's a blue
herring.
herring. And they can't shoot them. He lives in Florida. They can't shoot them, but it ate like 20 koi.
We
I
have
plan
that
on-
problem out here too, though.
Yeah, I plan on putting the boat next to a deck we have on the ground, and then I'm gonna put PVC up as like pretend mooring whips, and then I'll be able to cover using those mooring whips, cover it with a net, so that
I
birds
like that
can't
idea.
get it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Don't encourage him.
Oh no, I have to encourage.
It's gonna happen anyway.
I know. Now you just gotta be not lazy and do it.
Beck says.
But what? You know. Guess what?
Fish Kid would like to know your
Oh.
favorite puffer.
My favorite puffer is a Valentini puffer.
I don't think I've even heard of one of those.
They're a saltwater puffer.
Oh, that would be why.
Mhm.
I don't really get into the salt water too much. I mean, I love the fish. It's just not the part of fish keeping that I'm into.
Yeah.
We tried it once. It was a disaster. We're not going back.
Yes, Felix the Fahaka puffer is this puffer at our LFS, and I don't own him, but that's probably my favorite puffer, honestly. But a puffer that is my favorite that I've had is a Valentini puffer.
I like that. Okay, let me see here. Have you ever built anything for your fish? And if so, what was the coolest thing you built?
The extent of something that I built for my fish is this PVC cave. And that was it. And, like, I made this cave, and, like, I put a back on it, and then, like, I glued a bunch of Christmas moss onto it. But that's not technically building.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it is.
Yeah.
But not really.
I don't know. I think it counts.
And you made the caves for those guys.
I did! So I have these shell dwellers, and instead of spending $16 to get 36 shells for them to live and breed in, I decided to spend $20 to make 10 caves. And I took these, like, pieces, was it like 1.5 inch, 1.25 inch PVC,
1 inch.
1 inch PVC, and then I put a cap on one end of it, and then this elbow on the other end. Then I made this cool cave. And my shell dwellers just recently had babies in one of them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I think they like the shells better, though. I have, like, 4 shells on there. But I have a bunch of PVC downstairs that I feel like my mother threw out, but I'm hoping that she didn't throw out. Because I just had this weird feeling that she threw it out. I'm sure she just hid it somewhere.
New local Austin, nacho cheese or Cool Ranch?
Probably nacho cheese.
Really?
I don't know, because I like all the Doritos. If we're talking about Doritos, I like all the Doritos.
Yeah, that's true.
I think they're all good. I really like the purple ones, but I don't know. Nacho cheese and Cool Ranch are really good.
Yeah, they're good. This is a whole bunch of questions all in one question from Fish Kid. Your favorite Netflix show or movie, and whether or not you and Dave play video games, and if you do, what's your favorite?
So my favorite Netflix show or movie, I don't watch Netflix or TV for that matter. We have a Fire Stick, so technically that would count as like shows and movies, I guess.
Yeah.
But if I just like, what's my favorite show or movie in general? My favorite movie is probably, I don't know. I have a couple that I like, so I'm just gonna name a couple. So my favorite movies would be either Lavalantula, Sharknado, The Hunt, or Fifth Wave. That's a good answer. And then, yes, my father and I play video games. And our favorite is Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Even though every single time we play video games, we play Call of Duty Black Ops 2, but I try and play Left 4 Dead instead. And these are like zombie shooting games. So, yeah. I like Left for Dead because you just run around in circles and you shoot people. Well, shoot zombies. But you can also shoot people. And then in Call of Duty, I can throw a bunch of grenades at him and try and blow him up. And then also shoot zombies.
Yeah. Metalhead plays Call of Duty while he used to. Now it's Destiny whenever he gets on.
Yeah, we have an Xbox. Well, we have an Xbox 360. My sister has one in her room. We have one at camp, and then I had one in my room, but now it's in the living room on the big screen, so that's nice. We used to sit in here and, like, take turns on this, like, wooden chair playing off of this, like, TV that's, like, this big. So, we would take turns playing, like, GTA or something. Oh, GTA is another one, but now we have this there's this really big TV on the living room that we play on. And we have a PS3, we just don't have controllers. We have one charging cord and a PS3 console. We don't have the controllers.
Oh no.
Got it for free. Can't complain.
Yeah, we got it for free, so. We also got, like, free, like, little Wii box things.
Yes, Nintendo Wii.
Nintendo Wii. So we have a couple of those. I had one, my sister has one, and then we have one at camp. And I feel like we have a spare, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yet again, I don't have mine in my room anymore because I have a monitor. So I don't have that much space in my room. So I can't exactly have an Xbox, a Wii, and a PC. So got rid of my Xbox and my Wii. Now it's in the living room. So the advantage of a larger television for games and a nice streaming desk.
Yeah. Eduardo wants to know what skills you've learned from fish keeping.
I don't know, honestly.
How to make a mess and not clean it up. Is that a skill? Oh, wait, sorry. I think that's anti-skill.
It could be considered one, sure.
She's almost a professional.
You're the one that just doesn't do anything, so you can't make the messes.
That's all right. Same at work. Learned my lesson.
But at work, you have no choice. Yeah, I guess that can be the skill. Because I don't know any, like, positive skills that I've learned.
Beck's Fish Room wants to know your favorite music.
Like, favorite music genre?
Just your favorite music to listen to is the question.
I'm pretty sure the genre and the music you listen to is the same damn thing. Well, it's not the same thing, but it's the same answer.
I like to listen to country music.
Okay. Where'd it go? There. If you could have any gadget that could do any job in your fish room, what would it be? That's a great question.
Don't say anything. Shut up.
Okay.
Shh. Well, I know that I make automatic water changing things.
That's a gadget you can have in your fish room.
I know. Wait, what was the question?
I don't like the automatic water changer.
Well, I feel like so many things could go wrong with an automatic water changer.
Yeah.
If I could have any gadget, it would be like this thing that harvests live food and like feeds the fish. So instead of like, I know Keeping Fish Simple did this thing where he has this bottle where he put vinegar eels and all these like baby foods into and fed it to his ram fry. But like I'm talking about a gadget that like harvests the live food and feeds it to the baby fish. Or automatic worm reculture, like Steven said. That's a good one.
I like that. Oh, I don't know if you saw this. Your mother pulled 10 more rice fish babies.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, Matt gave you a point.
Why?
I don't know. You must have done something right.
Beck says I can't do the first-person shooters that make me motion sick, but I love me some God of War on PS4 and classics on the Wii Virtual Console. Oh, okay.
That's awesome. We don't have God of War, but we have this game called Gears of War. And I can't remember if it's Gears of War or Residential Evil. That's like the really stupid one. I think it is Gears of War, and you run around this like mythical thing, and it's really, really stupid. And there's like little gremlins or something. I haven't
Yeah, I
played
think
it.
that's the one.
Yeah. Boom.
All right, who else has questions? Come on, guys. Usually they fire them off pretty quick. Here we go. If you had one tip or word of wisdom for brand new fish keepers, what would it be?
Well, this one's gonna be good. Sorry.
Start off with a big tank. Like, don't get a tiny 10-gallon or a 5-gallon or like a bowl or something. Like, get a big tank, like a 40 breeder plus. So like the water quality, chemistry stays more stable. And like also do your research and like put that fish in like an adequate size tank.
Definitely good
Yes,
advice.
good. You don't got no words of wisdom. You just
Old Forge isn't that far from us. It's north. Sorry, Rico asked a question.
Yeah, no, I actually was just getting ready to highlight that, so I'm glad you saw it. Another like 4 questions in one question. Your favorite fast food? Does your family have any traditions? Oh, and then he stated, I heard somewhere families in America have traditions.
my favorite fast food, it's not Rody's Chicken. It's probably McDonald's.
Mine's Valero's Pizza.
Oh my god, I forgot about Valero's Pizza. Okay, Valero's Pizza is definitely my favorite. See, this is why you're here.
That's because
So Valero's
camp's over and we're not there anymore.
Valero's Pizza is my favorite fast food. This is like this gas station pizza, but it's like
Awesome gas station pizza.
it's better than like Pizza Hut. And then right? It's a pink pen. And the Farrell family. Does the Farrell family have any family traditions? You would know this.
No, we
Yeah.
really don't.
We're not like typical Americans.
There isn't anything passed down from. I mean, unless
Generation.
yeah, nothing passed down stuff.
Yeah, we don't really have any family tradition. Just go with the flow. What? You're not even on screen.
That's good. You're doing great.
I got you. I got
What
your ear.
What is Brianne's perfect pizza?
You want me to answer that or?
Well, that's what Bex asked.
Oh, okay. My perfect pizza is black olive and onion. It's such a great pizza.
I like olives. Olives on pizza is great.
And like my mother said, the only really tradition we have is my older brother and sister coming, well, and then their girlfriend and boyfriend coming over for like Christmas and my birthday. But that's kind of like a tradition that is like, okay, are they coming over this year or not? Because I think it was last year my brother couldn't make it over for my birthday. And then this year my sister couldn't come over for my birthday. So it's like, it's a tradition that we've had for like several years, but now it's just like, I don't know if it's because of COVID or not, but now it's like, are they coming over this year or not? I like pineapple and ham pizza. Yeah, that's pretty good pizza.
That is good pizza.
That's what Sandy likes.
Yeah.
Now everybody's talking about pizza and they're going to be hungry for pizza later.
Yeah, we already had Brody's chicken. It's a place down the road from us when we came back from DeFreeze. Had
We're
They-
dropping some off.
they just started getting this barbecue chicken or fried chicken back in, and it's really good.
Oh,
But they haven't had it in like a year and a half, so they just got it like a month ago. They started selling it again.
I think I'd be all over that. I'm a big fan of chicken.
Yeah,
Yeah, my mother asked, she wanted to buy 12 pieces of chicken last night, and the lady gave her 9 pieces. So then today, when she went in, she was like, I want 12 pieces. But yesterday I asked for 12 and you gave me 9. And then we got 16 for the price of 12. So
Nice. Beck's Fish Room wants to know your top Christmas wish list item that you asked for this year.
a heat sealer. A heat sealer is my number one thing on my Christmas list because I didn't put a saxophone on my Christmas list.
because you weren't getting one.
True. Well, I want to buy it myself. So a heat sealer is the top thing on my Christmas list. Because I told him this morning, I'm like, imagine going to a fish swap and there's like fish bags and worm bags and stuff, but they're all heat sealed. Like that would be awesome. So I want a heat sealer so I can heat seal everything.
That's a great answer for a great question.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen P. says that a heat sealer is quite a bit less costly than a saxophone.
Yes,
Yes. Yes, it is.
she can get a job and buy her own saxophone.
I already have 2 jobs. Why do you always say this?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. But,
Yes, like Dan's fish,
yeah. Dan's Fish.
like Dan do.
Saxophone's gonna be like $1 million. The guy from the music store near us has one that he's gonna fix up, and I bet it's gonna be like $1,000.
Yeah, we stopped there and asked him about the saxophone. He said they would try and find one that was refurbished because they do repair and remodel them.
Mhm.
So he was going to look because the cheapest student one I found was like $600.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
No.
But there's like brand new ones on Facebook Marketplace that I'm not allowed to get. That are like $250.
The guy actually told me today at the store that you can buy a used one cheap, but when they have to be looked at or repaired, they go through the whole thing and they have to repair everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be quite costly. Next thing you know, you could be in the thousands just to do a simple repair,
Yeah.
and you could just buy a new one for that.
Yeah. I actually took my flute in one time because the pads needed to be replaced on it. And the guy goes, well, we're going to go through the whole thing and clean it and polish it and redo your pads. And that's going to be about $350, or I can sell you a used one that we know works for the same price. I was like, well, why don't I just get another one then?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that was nice about the music store we went to for the clarinets. We bought them through him. So,
And he fixes them for free.
right. He will repair, tune. Actually, guitars, we could take them in there. He'll change the strings. And
If you buy the instrument from him, then he will repair it for free.
you get yearly, once a year, string change.
That's
Take it in
what
there.
yearly is.
Yes. It didn't sound right when it came out of my mouth, but he will replace the strings once a year for free. So
Oh,
it's
I
actually,
like that.
yeah.
PVMP. You can get a student level one on Amazon for $250. I wouldn't advise it though.
Yeah, she's not
Yeah.
allowed to do that either.
I'm not even gonna try and
I
do
said
that.
the one on Amazon or Walmart is probably plastic. That's not
Probably.
happening.
Yeah, you're definitely getting low grade buying through Amazon and through Marketplace. You really never know what you're getting, so I wouldn't advise either one of those.
No, I wouldn't want one of those.
Steve Freeze had a good question. He said, "You don't have a place to rent, to own, or rentals."
We do. The place in I forgot where it was. Is it It's not Saratoga. I think it's
Queensbury?
down by Albany.
Oh.
There is one in Queensbury, but down in Albany. What's the name of that store? They actually will do a rent to own or lease to own option, but they are expensive. But it is a well-known music store, so it's not like, you know, you're getting good quality product from them. So I don't know. I think if you start with junk, you end up frustrated and aggravated, and it's not worth it.
No, I agree. You definitely want to start out higher quality, or you're just going to get very angry and give up and not want to keep going.
Yeah. I think there are 2 questions above DeFreeze's question. I can't see it that far though.
Oh, there are. So from Fish Kid, your favorite car?
A Chevy. Don't laugh.
I knew that was coming.
Well, that's your favorite make. What kind of Chevy?
A 2005 Chevy.
She likes my truck.
Okay.
A 2005 Chevy
Silverado.
1500, and it's not a full 4-door. It's like, what's it called?
It's a 4-door, but
It's a 4-door, but it's not like full 4-door where you can like open the doors by yourself.
the rear are suicide doors.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
See, that's all he had to say right there. I knew exactly what he was talking
Right.
about.
Yeah. And then there's like, what is it? A cap on the end of it?
Yes, there's a cap on the back.
Mm-hmm. And he's looking at this gray one, this 2012.
Yeah.
I think it was a 2012 Chevy Silverado 1500, obviously, but don't even need to add that. And it's gray. It's like a really light gray, and it's a full 4-door. And the front of it, oh my god, it doesn't have that little gear shifter. It just has this little rotating thing that you rotate it.
Because it's got electronic 4-wheel drive, which,
Yes.
you know, instead of on the floor, you pull back for 4-wheel drive.
Yep.
Yeah. So the front floor is like all clear, which is kind of weird, and the back floor is like, it's all open. So I think that's kind of weird because my mother's car, there's like 2 cup holders, like blocking you from like walking to the other side of the truck. But I like it, but it's not red. But it does have an automatic start button.
That's all I care about in a truck is automatic start, remote start. Because
So you can stand at the door, click.
when my phone rings, I have a half hour to be at work. I have to be dressed, make my coffee, get everything together, and a half hour to get to work. I only work 5 minutes away, but it's still, it seems like a long time when you work 5 minutes away, but it's not.
No,
So
not when you need to warm up your car and make your coffee and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'd love to just get up and press the button.
Yeah. I don't have that feature in my truck. I wish I did, but I don't.
I don't have it in this one. But my next one, that's the only, I don't care if there's doors, just make the car start so the windshield I could see out of it.
Yeah, I have to agree. And that second question was from Beck's Fish Room again. She wants to know your favorite vacation spot that you and your family have been.
We don't go on vacation.
Yeah, we don't go we've been to Jersey once, and
We went to like Myrtle Beach or something.
Went to Seaside Heights.
Okay, I call it Myrtle Beach because I feel like it's Myrtle Beach, but it's Seaside Heights.
Yes, which is far from Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
And then we go up to camp.
When we go up to camp, that's like 45 minutes away. So
Right.
that's really the vacation spot that we go to. But it's not vacation because my mother and I, and then also my father, all have jobs that we do up there. So it's not exactly a vacation. Well, my sister helps my father too. So technically, we all have jobs up there that we do. So it's not really a vacation spot.
Fair enough. Again, from Beck's Fish Room, she says, I know it's a little ways off, but are there any college universities you're leaning towards?
No, there isn't. That I'm leaning towards. I'm too lazy to look into that right now.
Maybe hopefully the fish thing will go big and you won't have to go to college.
That'd be fun.
I think it would help.
You think?
Absolutely.
Like Matt at the fish store we go to. He's a
Marine.
biologist.
Marine biologist.
He's a marine biologist, so he works in the salt section, and that's his main focus. That and corals, the fish and corals,
That's
and
so
disease.
Cool. Oh, another question for you, Dave. Where would you like to travel if money was not an option?
Say China.
I'm not going to China. I've been a lot of places. I traveled a lot when I was younger.
China!
All over the place. And I really got to be honest with you. I'm not a traveling person anymore, and I'm not actually even a people person.
Yes, you are.
I will aggravate you in an hour if we were out somewhere. But I really would love to go to Kentucky to that Triple Crown thing because there's going to be a lot of people there. And I actually think that would be kind of cool.
We thought the fish spot in Schenectady was cool, and I think that if that was considered cool, then the Triple Crown would be like really, really awesome.
I kind of feel like the Triple Crown's going to be a judging event and more like vendors, like the big, Fritz and all those Aqua, whatever.
Mhm.
And I think it's going to be a big vendor show.
Did you know that
And there's going to be some smaller things there, just like Aquashella, but it would be kind of cool to do that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep. I think we're actually going to try and plan to go to the Triple Crown this year, which is for next year, which is going to be really exciting.
Mm-hmm. My mother said Alaska.
Yes. I knew she would want. She
But-
wants to go to Alaska.
She's like, it's cold outside. It's
Yes.
cold outside when it's 32 outside.
Yes, Patty.
But it gets in the negatives here most of the time.
We have already met everybody we need to.
True. We met Patty, we met DeFreeze, ABC, KJE,
And Landon.
and Landon.
But I think it would be cool.
I want to make cake with chocolates. And
Oh, I like this.
yeah, Patty was definitely very fun to meet.
Cindy says an hour. Ha, less than that.
True.
In reference to you annoying somebody if they
That's
were
what
with you for an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely aggravate someone quick.
Steven says lies because we haven't met him yet. I met John, Lisa, ha ha ha. Not funny.
That is. Yeah, there's a lot of people I would like to meet in the fish fan. I do think that would be cool.
I already met Patty. I'm good. I would like to meet like people like Steven and like
Matt.
Dance Fish. No,
No.
I don't want to meet Matt.
I want to have a beer with Matt and Terry.
Terry? Okay,
See what
yeah.
happens.
Yeah, you can have a beer with Terry.
I like the see what happens thing that you added to that though.
Huh?
Beer with Terry and see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there'd be some, like, we need some bail money kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to meet like Dan's Fish or like who is it? Who am I thinking of? Oh, like Terry 503 or Degenerate and stuff like that, and Steven.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's a lot of people in the fish fam that I'm really excited to meet, and that's why we're trying to plan on the Triple Crown and at least Aquashella Chicago. Hopefully.
Terry, a beer, not possible. A beer, not possible.
Yes.
Not wrong. Oh, a good question from S. He wants to know what fish you would become if you could become any fish.
A killer whale. That's a fish.
Technically.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if it actually is, but
It is
Is it?
now.
isn't it a mammal or whatever they call it? I don't know. I'm not a fish expert.
I don't really care.
I
killer
don't care.
whale.
That's what I want to be.
Not a fish, but we'll take it. Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't learn anything in school, so it's not like I would know.
Mammal.
See, I was right.
Yeah.
It's okay if you ask me. I'd have said an eagle.
I think an eagle would be fun, for sure.
Yeah.
That's my favorite animal.
I think
You're
if I
lying.
could be any animal, it would be a cat. I mean, they sleep like 18 hours a day and then they just eat, drink, and go to the bathroom.
Oh my god, our cat, Smokey, she literally eats all day. She doesn't stop eating.
I have a 25-pound cat. I get it. I would love to be her for a day.
We have a cat named Fluffy. She looks really, really fat, but she's really just like really fluffy. But I wish she was fatter because there's a lady down the street from us that has some gourami babies for us. And holy cow, I want to take her cat and her guinea pigs because our cat is literally like round, like a potato.
Yeah,
Really, really heavy too.
Our 25-pound cat, her name is Kitty, and she's huge and she hates to be held. She's sassy and I love her. All right, guys. Any more questions? Oh, see, Ricky says killer whales are mammals.
It's okay. They're a fish now.
It swims. It's a fish.
It's fine. It's fish.
I
New
mean,
criteria.
technically they live in water, so
They identify as a
Fish.
fish.
Yes.
there you go. I like that answer. Petra Man, hello, welcome to the chat. Remember, you guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them up in the chat so that I can ask them.
How's the cube tank going along?
The cube tank is almost there. We're having a hard time getting the nitrites to settle so that we can put anything in it, but the big piece of wood that he put in there has finally sank, and I think it's Amazon swords, I don't know, some kind of plant, whatever they are, they're doing great too. So we're just waiting on those ammonia and nitrite levels to go down.
Cool.
And I was supposed to put a second coat of paint on the other 150 today, but we had squirrel moments and got distracted, and I didn't do that. So I have to do that tomorrow. Oh, here we go. From Eduardo. What's your opinion on betta fish?
I think that they're pretty cool. My mother has a whole rack of betta fish.
I was gonna say we have like 30.
Yeah. And we're trying to breed them and stuff. But I feel like they're like really commonly abused and put in like really small tanks. Why do you look like that?
We had talked about a beta rack.
Beta barrack system.
I had really thought about a beta barrack system. If
Made of cheese ball containers would be cool.
we ever built a new thing, but I would actually like to have 5 gallons per fish.
Why can't I just
Or
eat like
whatever they are. Were they 5.5, I
Why
think?
can't I just eat like a bunch of cheese ball containers?
That's what I thought. But you can get a pile of those things.
Yeah, the 5.5 gallons are a really good footprint, especially if you're growing up betas. But we've saved up a bunch of like half-gallon and 1-gallon juice containers, and then I have a quart-sized cheese ball container, and then I have like a 3-gallon cheese ball container. So we have a bunch of containers saved up for when we do breed the betas, which should be soon. Just have to set up the breeding thing.
Okay. Cindy says I have 14 bettas, not 20 days yet.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, once they spawn, then you'll have like 60 or more, probably like 100 with our luck.
Right.
Then you can say I have 114 betas.
Beck's Fish Room. What's your favorite thing to do outside? Hiking, skiing, snowboarding, things like that.
I like to ride the golf cart, and then I also like to
Kick people's butt in cornhole.
yes, cornhole is really fun, and then also like gardening and composting is fun. So
With gardening, do you just do like flowers and things, or do you do vegetables?
sometimes we just do flowers. Like up at camp, we do flowers, but then some years we do like mint and catnip, and then some years we've done like squash and stuff, and like tomatoes, cucumbers. But we have a groundhog that gave birth in our chicken coop, so now there's like a bunch of baby groundhogs, and they eat the cucumbers, or maybe the deer do. I don't know. We live in the Adirondacks, so it could be anything. And so whatever it is, they eat the cucumbers. So we had to put them in hanging baskets just to grow them. But we never really got any. And we never got to get cucumbers off of the plant.
Which is crazy because I do cucumbers almost every spring, and usually I have so many cucumbers I have to force them on other people.
That's the nice thing about
Fish tanks.
fish tanks for the
Yes.
Cory and the
Like those.
Lycos.
When I was doing it, I didn't do cucumbers this year or the year before, but when I was doing it, we didn't really have plecos, and the ones that we had, I honestly didn't know that you could feed them cucumbers, or they would have been getting a lot of them.
Yeah.
Petra Man says one of his discus females laid eggs on the heater this morning.
That's cool.
Fish babies in general are so fun. My guppy, I know I mentioned earlier that I have guppy babies. My guppy babies at work, she had babies, so I have 7 in that tank. And then my other guppies here had babies, so I don't even know how many in that tank. And then the shrimp in that same tank had babies. So I have babies everywhere. It's ridiculous.
That's awesome.
I wasn't even trying for any of these guys to have babies. They just all of a sudden decided they were all going to do it.
That's what they do.
Yeah. Beck's Fish Room. Your favorite aquatic plant?
My favorite aquatic plant is either crypts or some sort of moss. Like Java moss. I have some Subwasser tang and a couple of my Cory cat tanks that I got from Steven. And I think it's really, really cool. I like that. They spawn. They put a lot of eggs in the Subwasser tang.
Sandy says we have lots of babies everywhere.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We only have one open fish tank in the whole fish room. And we have like 17 different babies that we could put in it.
But you guys actively try to breed your fish, right?
Some of them. Yeah. Some of them were just like, okay, they're going to go in this tank. And then all of a sudden, like, they breed. And then we're just like, okay, we have babies. But some of them, like the cherry barbs, like, I tried to breed those. And now there's like 14 babies of those. And then other stuff, like the African cichlids, those just spawned on their own. The angelfish, technically, we tried to breed them because, like, they spawned in the tank, but then we took them out and spawned them again. So, like, it's half and half whether we try and spawn them or they just spawn themselves.
Well, plus we're trying to get whatever fish we have now. Hopefully they'll be upsized for the show in March. Is it
Yes.
March?
Yes, there's one in March, April, and May, and then there's supposed to be another fish swap by the Killifish Association sometime in the spring too. So we could be going up to 4 fish swap / reptile expos in the spring that we will be bringing fish stuff to.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited because if we end up going to all 4 of them, then we might just get rid of enough fish to where we don't have to be like, well, we have to get rid of like these cribenzas and stuff. Like we could just have a bunch of grout tanks open, which would be nice.
But you can,
I can what?
maybe you'll make enough money you can pay for the addition to the fish room.
Sounds good.
Another one from Bex. Do you have any interest in trying your hand at aquascaping?
Maybe someday. I tried to aquascape once, but then I just get impatient when I'm trying to fill up the water, so I just dump the water in and then it messes up the whole aquascape. And I don't even do that good of a job, so maybe one day I'll try aquascaping, but pretty much I just put like moss and like this very, very small layer of sand, and then that's like the tank. Maybe like wood and stuff, but most of my tanks are just like simple because they're for breeding. But I would love to do an aquascape tank one day.
I mean, I think the tank behind you looks pretty cool. I don't know what's in it, what's going on, but the way it's decorated, I like that.
Yeah, recently I redid that tank. That's my discus tank, and it's got some Synodontis in it. We have another discus tank downstairs that looks similar but different. It's got like the other half of that piece of wood, and then it's got 2 really, really big or 3 really, really big Amazon swords in it. So
She bought a piece of driftwood and it was too big for the tank, so I had to cut it in half.
because he wanted it, and then I bought it, and then we cut it in half, and then we each got a piece of driftwood.
So it worked out.
Okay. That makes
And
sense.
it's caves. And it's caves for the Synodontis because it was hollowed out for the most part.
But my Synodontis are very social, unlike yours.
Our Synodontis, we very rarely see. We just know that he's really fat and we see him about once a week.
Yeah, I want to try and breed the Synodontis sometime.
Good question from Jimmy P. He says, I'm looking to pick up various bottom dwellers, and he knows you love Corys. What are 2 or 3 types he should get for his community tanks?
I think that you should get some panda Corys and like albino Corys. No, not panda. I think you should get like albino Corys, like bronze Corys, and probably stir-by Corys. Those would be 2 or 3 good types for a community tank.
This is a kind of different one, but I like it. If you could time travel to any place, where would you go and why?
What?
I was just wondering if anyone can guess my answer to that question. But I'm not going to say it.
Say
Where
it.
would you go?
Say it.
No, where would you go?
I don't know. Say your answer.
No.
Yes.
No, you answer it.
No, you have to answer. I don't know where I would go because
Any time period at all. There's no time period you would be interested in traveling to learn more about that era.
no. I don't really want to learn about the past because that's just like more stuff that I have to remember. And like
Plus, it makes it difficult, doesn't it? You grow up at a time with technology, and if you grow up, you go back 20 years, and my cell phone doesn't work, and I don't have Wi-Fi calling.
I think I would be able to make it. That's fine. I think Dave's answer is nowhere. He's fine right there where he is.
Thanks. I'm glad you think I'm fine.
So what is your answer, Dave? I'm kind of curious to know where you would time travel to.
Oh, I can't say it.
Oh, you
It
can't.
really would be inappropriate, I guess.
Oh.
What? Just okay.
People might get mad.
Oh,
Okay.
it's okay.
See?
For real, who wants to time travel, though? I mean, inquired minds want to know.
Uh-huh.
Who really wants to time travel, though? I mean, if you went back in time and then came back, your family could be older or missing or gone or dead. Or I kind of like the way things are.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd go back in time when the kids were smaller. They were much
I knew you
quieter
were
and
going to
cheaper,
say that. I knew you were going to say that. What do you mean cheaper? It's more expensive when you have a child because then you have to like get a baby crib and whatnot. Think about it. I'm less expensive now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Who's
I
looking
don't
for
know,
us?
Well, who's going to pay for the saxophone?
You are. I told you.
Exactly. So it's not expensive for me to look at a saxophone.
Until you say, I'm a little short.
I'm... Okay, we get it. You're tall.
Oh, I got thrown into this mix, and now Eduardo wants to know where I would go. I mean, I kind of agree with Dave on the who wants to time travel because you could be messing with when you come back, things could be completely different. But I don't know, I think it would be really cool to go back to like when, I don't even know what time frame it would be considered. Like the old Western times.
I really thought you were going to say like Tombstone time. So yeah, I was on the same page with you.
Yeah, like old Western times when towns were like a whole 6 buildings and you farmed for everything, and I don't know.
And
I
you
think
can
it
shoot
would be
people
really
by aggravating you.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yes. I think back in that time, it would just be interesting to be part of that, even if just for a little bit, just to kind of see.
Yeah. I would step on every butterfly I came across.
Of course you would, Stephen. Of course.
That wants me to go back in times and teach you guys some manners.
Maybe Matt should go back in time and save himself from being dropped on the head.
Oh my gosh. Well, there's where that whole teaching you manners thing comes into play, I guess.
No, it's okay.
I'll go back and tell more people that
Should have told off the sermon.
See, Matt, that's why you never hesitate to tell people the truth.
Exactly.
Just say what you want to say. Don't worry about feelings.
Oh, Okay, so see,
I'll be right back.
Eduardo's question was literally just you weren't going back to change anything, just to be in that period of time and learn or experience. So yeah, definitely, like, you know, the old Western times for me, I think would be really fun to learn and experience.
Yeah, I do think that would be the time zone or time frame to go back to.
For sure. For sure.
I can't really grow a mustache, so I wouldn't fit in good there.
Okay, I mean,
It's like everyone had a mustache in the West.
that is true. They did, didn't they? Yeah. I don't know that I would fit in very well then either because they had to wear those big dresses and the stupid hats. I don't think I would make it. Might
Do
need
you
to
guys
change
have
my answer too.
you guys have jeans and t-shirts somewhere?
That would be my immediate question. I just need a pair of jeans and a t-shirt.
Yep.
Ricky says he had a question. Oh, okay. Ricky, I do see your question now, so when she comes back, we will ask her that. I'm not sure where she ran off to.
Oh, to the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Annie Oakley was. She didn't wear the big dresses.
Well, that's a good point. I'm just going to pin that so that I don't forget that.
Little House on the Prairie guy didn't have mustache. That's true.
That is true. He did not.
I think of the West. I think of Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp.
Yeah, absolutely. Those were all the shows I was thinking of, and I was like, yeah, I want to be in that time period for sure. Jimmy P says you could be the clean-cut, handsome sheriff. Okay, since you're back, Bree, Ricky would like to know if there was anything you would change about the fish hobby.
I don't know. I don't really think that there's something that should be changed. It's just plain and simple. It's like keeping a fish in a glass box, pretty much. What's your answer?
I would change the price of the glass box. Some of them are so damn expensive.
I agree with that.
How can you go buy a 10-gallon for $10, but a 5-gallon is $15 or $20?
Or a 1 gallon is like 15.
How is it half the glass and twice the money?
True.
Yeah, I agree. I think if anything, it would be the pricing on a lot of stuff is just absolutely ridiculous. Like, why is it so expensive to put my fish in a glass box?
Yeah.
I don't think the fish are crazy to me. I mean, nicer fish, rarer fish, more expensive. I get that, you know.
Right.
Common fish are cheaper, and then nicer common fish are more expensive. But it's the price of the, like, the pumps, the linear piston pump. That's not so bad for what it does. But the
heaters.
The aquariums are just freaking expensive.
And the heaters.
Yeah, they are. I think that's why we've started reaching out like on Marketplace and stuff to find used tanks from people because buying a whole setup anymore is just outrageous.
Yeah, that's why we kind of went towards like sponge filters, and sometimes, like in a couple of my tanks, I don't even have to heat them, so it's just like the glass box and a sponge filter. But I know that there's like whole setups that have like hang on the back filters and stuff that are like a couple $100, which is crazy.
Yeah, I agree. Beck's Fish Room wants to know your favorite type of filtration, and you actually just kind of talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, my favorite type of filtration is sponge filters because you can, like he was talking about the linear piston pump, you can run, like 50 sponge filters off of the small one that we have.
Mhm.
And I have this, top fin air pump in my room that has 4 output valves, and then I have these 4-way splitters attached to them. And I can run 7 tanks. Well, I can run more than that. I can run up to 10 tanks, and then I hang on the side breeder box with just this one air pump. So I think sponge filters work nicely because instead of having, I have 7 tanks right here, instead of having 7 different plugs for hang on the back filters and the noise of the hang on the back filter, because I just have one hang on the back filter in my room, and that's the one right there.
Mhm.
And that one's louder than all of these sponge filters combined. So my favorite is sponge filter.
I agree. In the tank that I have at work, the 2 tanks that I have at home that are just mine, they're all sponge filters, and I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a lot of good deals, Jeremy, from Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace and stuff. But, we found some, we brought them home, we filled them up with water, mostly, 10 gallons and stuff like that. I don't think we've had anything bigger out problems, but we've had some that leaked and some seams come apart. So I don't know. With me, the little tanks, I would just buy them when Petco has their sale. But the bigger tanks, those 55s we got downstairs, they were both free.
Yeah, and all they needed was some resealing, and we put new frames on them because they didn't have frames. One of the frames was busted, and the other one didn't have a frame. So all it needed was new frames and resealing, and we had 2 55s. One of them has 2 small koi in it temporarily until they move to the pond. And then the other one has nothing in it right now. It's going to be a plant grout for selling plants. But hopefully I could convince my mother to put Scleromystax barbatus in there. They're like the largest species of cories, and they're really, really cool. And they like cooler water, so I think it'd work out perfect. But I think that she has some other plans for that tank, so probably doesn't want Scleromystax in there.
But yeah, we got our 75s from
This dude that getting out, well,
we got
not
for $50, $80 for
Yeah.
2 75 gallons.
Yeah, because this dude wanted tarantulas. So his wife was making him get rid of his fish tanks. So he was able to keep this one tank, and it was a 125. But he was getting rid of 2 75s and a 55.
So we got 2 of those. That was a really good deal for, I thought, used tanks for 2 75s. We've gotten some other ones on really good deals. Actually, we bought, what did we buy? 6 tanks from that guy. And there was fish and dragonstone. There was a whole pile of dragonstone in the one tank. So we got a smoking deal from that guy. So we've gotten some deals. I think just some of the smaller tanks, it's easier just to go for the sale and
Yeah.
get them when you need them and throw them up.
Yeah, for sure. Literally just last week, the week before, I don't remember now, but we picked up a 150 and a 90 gallon from 2 totally different people, and a total it cost us $300, and that was full setups.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
If my saltwater tank ever crashed, the 75-gallon saltwater tank ever crashed, I would clean it, move it, and I would love to do a 150 there, all discus.
That
Why?
would be great.
That's right in the dining room.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. Or maybe some Cory cats in with a discus too.
Yeah, the Cory cats can go in there.
Yeah, that's our 200 is going to be discus, and we're thinking probably Cory cats with them too. We're just excited to get it going.
Yeah. Cory cats are awesome, and so are discus.
Oh, we already have a tank that has Corys in it, but we're going to add some to this 200 too.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any more questions? It looks like I've got like 10 minutes left here.
We don't see a lot of people posting stuff on Facebook. I saw one guy not that far from us on Craigslist who had convict cichlids, but I don't see too much for fish posted. Sandy might see him more because she's on Facebook. I don't have Facebook.
Given that he doesn't have Facebook.
I still go on the marketplace once in a while, but we don't see a lot of fish. You can find tanks, and you can, what I think is a smoking deal on tanks. You know, when you can get a 150 gallon tank for $100 or $200, I think that's a really good deal. And some of them you can find on there with lids and filters, and you know, I think that's a smoking deal. So I think you get really good deals on marketplace here, because I know some people said, you know, they go on marketplace and they want the same price for used as they do brand new.
We run into that problem sometimes here, especially with the fish tanks. You'll get people that are like, oh, I have this 55 gallon full setup with filters, lids, lights, and I want $400. And we're like, what?
Right.
No.
I can go to PetSmart and buy it cheaper or the same price.
Like, it doesn't work that way. So it's pretty hit or miss, but a lot of the time we find excellent deals that we just can't pass up, and that's probably why we have 22 fish tanks.
Right. I would ultimately, I'd love to hit the lottery, build the house I want to build, and put fish tanks in it. But I would love 2 big fish tanks, one for just discus and one for some crazy fish, like Oscars, you know, something like that.
Oscars.
Try and do a community Oscar tank or something like that.
Matt says, Dave, he thinks you're a smoking deal.
Yeah. I think he's trying to get me to help him put up his Christmas lights.
I bet. He doesn't want to fall off that ladder again.
That was funny.
Beck's Fish Room wants to know, Brianne, what is your all-time favorite junk food?
Well, there's an ice cream theme going, so my favorite junk food would probably be ice cream.
Well, I don't know. You were talking about cheese balls earlier and eating whole containers.
That's just because she wanted the container for fish.
I do love
so
cheese.
There's a purpose there.
I do love cheese balls, but I have motivation to eat. If I have motivation to eat cheese balls, then I can eat a whole big tub in like a couple days.
Oh, look at this. Even Sandy says cheese balls.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think she's calling us cheese balls. Yeah, I know, Rob. You're not allowed to sell every home fish on Facebook, but people do advertise them. They advertise that they have fish and look at my fish and all this stuff, and you can contact them. And then you call them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, my fish are for sale, and I want this much money or whatever."
Yep. I know people that will actually just post in those marketplace or whatever and say, free bag of water, message me for more information. And then once you're in private chat, you can say, yeah, I have this many fish. This is what I'm looking for.
Right.
You can find fish deals on Band.
Right.
Yeah, you can, because you can sell on there. And that's actually where I've gotten quite a few of my Cory cats and some other fish on.
Yep. DeFreeze said, pick for attention, PM for details. There are so many ways to get around getting rid of fish and other animals on any social media site, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it. Why? What's the difference if I sell a fish or I sell my lawnmower?
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? I don't understand why they won't let you sell. Hey, I got some chicken for sale. Yeah, PETA.
Oh, yeah.
But what's the difference? You know what I mean? I want to sell my fish or my chickens or eggs, but
Right.
my lawnmower's fine, or my old used sneakers are fine. I don't get it.
Right. Yeah.
Who's on after this?
Let me see. I can never remember.
Me neither.
It looks like Mike's Aquatics and Things goes on in 5 minutes.
Oh,
And I believe he's actually the only one that goes on at 6.
yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's right.
What?
I was confused on Mike's. They put pressure on Zuckerberg about animals, mainly the puppy mills. Right. But I don't know. I can say if I got dogs and I'm just breeding them like a puppy mill and all of a sudden my name's out there, or this house name is out there, you got 6 puppies you want to get rid of, okay, you sell 6 puppies, but 2 weeks later you got 6 more puppies, and then 2 weeks later you got 6 more puppies, yeah, okay, shut them down and send PETA to the door. But if someone dog has puppies and you're like, hey, here's a good way to get rid of them, I don't know.
No,
Whatever.
I agree with that. I think there's a difference between trying to find an animal a good home or overbreeding your pet to try to make a profit and using social media to do so.
PETA. People eating tasty animals.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. Okay, Eduardo says, thank you for an interesting stream. Hope Bex and I helped with the question section. You definitely did. Thank you for all of your questions. Seriously, without you guys asking questions, this stream wouldn't even exist. So I appreciate every question that comes through.
Do you have a next guest for next week? Or
I do, actually. Ian Atkins Nature, is that how you say it?
Yep.
I think. Yes.
Atkins
He will
Nature
be.
Nature.
Yep, he's going to be my guest next Saturday.
Cool.
Awesome.
And I guess since I do have a few minutes to say so, I am actually going to do my live stream on Christmas as well. I don't expect that a lot of people will be watching, but you might get some of those people that are around family they don't want to deal with, and they might pop in and say hi real quick. So I don't have a planned guest for Christmas, but I am going to be live.
Saturday, right? At 4, same time?
Yep. Same time, same place. I just won't have a guest. I'll go live, kind of just, it'll probably be a little bit more of a casual thing, but I will be live.
That's cool.
By then we'll be done putting stuff together and we'll come hang out.
What do you mean?
Well, I figure, not everybody has somebody to hang out with on Christmas Day anyway. So, there's going to be a live stream that they can watch so they don't maybe feel so lonely.
I think I might be wrong here because it's been a while since he said it. I thought Rico was doing an all-day Christmas Day streaming marathon thing.
Yeah, I think he is.
But I'm not sure.
I think he was doing
the same
something
reason you said.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
At least the last I heard, that definitely was his plan, just to make sure, if anybody was feeling lonely or didn't have anything to do that day, they had something that they could watch. But I'm definitely going to keep my live stream same time. So.
Yep.
And yes, everybody is saying he is planning to stream. So
I
you
thought
have
so.
that to look forward to as well.
I thought he was doing a 24-hour thing, but
Yep.
well, as long as I'm not working, I'll be there.
There you go. I'll be there too. Anybody that goes live on Christmas Day, I'll be watching.
He'll need help with it too. He does need to eat.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
he was actually. I think he was going to have like an open panel come up and blah blah, and talk.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was going to schedule people, I think, in certain increments so that he didn't have to be the whole 24 hours.
Right.
All right. So we do have all of that to look forward to. I'm not seeing any more questions, and it is 6, so I think I'm going to wrap it up in case anybody wants to go over and say hi to Mike's. So thank both of you for coming on tonight and answering all of these questions. I do appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having us.
No problem. And if I ever need a guest again, I may reach out to you, just so you know. Okay, guys, everybody have a good night. Go over to St. Mike's Aquatics and things and say hi. And I will see you all next week. Bye.
Thanks.
Bye, everyone.
See you all tomorrow.